dear viewers, welcome to ERi-TV English News Broadcast. I'm Bersaba Taghla, and following are the major headlines for today. Call made for integrated efforts of the public and the army. Fenkel operation commemoration conducted in various cities of Germany. Lawmakers approve Putin's nuclear treaty decision. And China and Japan hold first security talks in 4 years. On your local reports, the commander of Central Command, Brigadier General Taghla called for integrated effort of the public and the Eritrean Defense Forces in the implementation of national development programs. Brigadier General Taghla made the call at the entertainment programs organized in cooperation with the units of Central Command and administrations from 16 to 19 February at the Tsorona Semi-Urban Center, Gaza Hamle, Berrik Hutsa, Midfa' Walta and Maimene Semi-Urban Center, indicating that the various developmental projects that are being initiated are part of the national development drives. Brigadier General Taghla said that the members of the defense forces are the main players in the implementation of the projects, commending the role of the members of the defense forces for their strong participation in the implementation of national development programs, as well as in supporting families of Madis and disadvantaged citizens. The administrators that took part at the entertainment programs said that the programs were to express gratitude to members of the Eritrean Defense Forces. Nationals in Germany commemorated the 33rd anniversary of Fenkel operation from 10 to 19 February in various cities of Germany with patriotic zeal under the theme Fenkel Resolute Commitment. The commemorative event in Frankfurt and Mannheim that was virtually conducted has witnessed strong organization and unity of nationals, especially that of the youth, indicating that Fenkel operation has been spectacular, in which the liberation fighters demonstrated coordinated offensive, especially in land and naval operation. Mr. Kibrab Taghsta, Eritrea's Consul General in Frankfurt, called for transferring the shining history to posterity, pointing out that the EPLF has been the vanguard organization that accomplished the desire of independence of the Eritrean people. Mr. Kahasai Tawelde, head of public and community affairs at the Eritrean embassy, said that Fenkel operation was one of the operations that the Eritrea's liberation fighters demonstrated heroic feats. Mr. Kahasai also said that Fenkel operation commemoration anniversary that signaled the total independence of Eritrea shoulders every citizen to live up to the expectations of Madis that gave their precious lives. The commemoration events have been highlighted by cultural and artistic programs. On your last local report, the National Association of Hearing Impairment branch in Ansaba region organized training on sign language to 54 youths, including 33 females. Speaking at the conclusion event of the training on 16 February, Mr. Dejan Zaragabir, head of the association branch, explaining the objective and significance of the training, said that the Ministry of Education is giving due attention to the sign language training, and that the training that was confined to elementary schools has been extended to junior schools. Mr. Wadda Mikhail Saleh, chairman of the association, commended the effort for organizing sign language training to government employees and students and those that are voluntarily providing the training. Mr. Kiflai Ande Mikhail, head of the education office in the region, on his part expressed readiness of the branch office to provide necessary support for the sustainability of the training. The association branch has already provided training to about 320 students in sign language in Haggaz, Keren and Hamel Malo College of Agriculture. That was all with your domestic reports. Coming up will be international news after the short break. Welcome back. Russian lawmakers approved a bill today submitted by President Vladimir Putin in which Moscow will temporarily suspend its participation in the Strategic Offensive Arms Treaty, which is the last existing nuclear accord between Russia and the U.S. In an explanatory note attached to the bill, the lawmakers stated that the agreement, which was meant to cut in half the number of nuclear weapons deployed around the world, was supposed to allow both parties to carry out inspections in order to ensure compliance with the treaty. The U.S., however, according to the note, deliberately fails to fulfill its obligations under the treaty in this area of activity. Because of this, in accordance with the federal law, the Russian president has made a proposal to suspend the agreement. The note reads, adding that the decision to resume Russia's participation in the treaty will also be made by the president. The document was adopted by the State Duma, the lower chamber of Russia's parliament, and must now be passed by the Federal Council and will enter into force once signed by the President. On today's final report, China and Japan have kicked off their first formal security talks in 4 years, with Chinese officials expressing concern over Tokyo's military buildup and Japanese diplomats taking aim at Beijing's close tie with Russia and its suspected use of surveillance balloons. The talks aimed at easing tension began today in the Japanese capital. They come amid Japan's worries that China may resort to force to take control of Taiwan in the wake of Russia's attack on Ukraine, a move that could lead to a wider conflict embroiling Tokyo and the United States and disrupt global trade. Japan in December said it would double defense expenses over the next 5 years to 2% of gross domestic product, a total of $320 billion, to deter China from resorting to military action. Tokyo also plans to acquire longer-range missiles that could strike mainland China to stock up on other munitions necessary to sustain a conflict alongside the large force from the U.S. that Japan hosts. Beijing, which increased defense spending by 7.1% last year, spends more than 4 times as much as Japan on its armed forces. At the outset of today's talks, Chinese Vice Foreign Minister Sun Weidong expressed concern over Japan's changing security posture. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now recap of today's major headlines. Call made for integrated effort of the public and the army. Fenkel operation commemoration conducted in various cities of Germany. Lawmakers approve Putin's nuclear treaty decision. And China and Japan hold first security talks in 4 years. Dear viewers, that was it for today. Thanks for watching and enjoy the remaining of our program.